Emmerdale Heartbreak, the devastating new crisis tearing Moira Barton's life apart. The Dales have been shrouded in a heavy mist of despair this week, as beloved farmer Moira Dingle, née Barton, faces a new earth-shattering crisis that threatens to unravel the very foundations of her life. While Moira has weathered countless storms, from the death of her husband John, the loss of her daughter Holly, to her own life-threatening brain tumor, this latest onslaught is perhaps the most insidious, targeting not just her body or her farm, but her very identity and sanity. The news that has left viewers utterly heartbroken is the escalating and terrifying reality of her health struggles and the potential loss of Butler's farm, the heart of the Barton Dingle family for over a decade. A mind under siege, the ongoing health nightmare. For months, fans have watched with growing fear as the once unshakable Moira exhibited uncharacteristic behavior. Mood swings, explosive outbursts, confusion, and terrifying seizures. Initially dismissed by herself and others as stress, or even the menopause, the reality was a devastating diagnosis: a meningioma brain tumor. While Moira bravely faced the surgery, a moment that saw a heartbreaking, emotional reunion with the ghostly figure of her late daughter, Holly, during a near-death experience, the battle is far from over. This week's episodes confirm that the road to recovery is fraught with peril. The after-effects of the tumor and the high-risk surgery have left her vulnerable, struggling with memory lapses, severe disorientation, and disturbing hallucinations that blur the line between reality and her darkest memories. She's still in recovery. Her tumor was only diagnosed last year. Actress Natalie J. Robb has commented, hinting that this is not a storyline to be neatly wrapped up. The lingering effects are psychological as well as physical, leading to the terrifying return of her deadliest nemesis in her mind's eye: the haunting return of Emma Barton. In a series of genuinely unsettling scenes, Moira has been experiencing vivid visions of her late sister-in-law and victim, Emma Barton. This isn't just a simple hallucination, it's a profound, guilt-driven torment that is causing her to lose control in dangerous ways. The show has masterfully used this storyline to explore the lasting trauma of Moira's past. Emma, the serial killer she pushed to her death from the viaduct, represents all the darkness and regret Moira has tried to bury. In a recent shocking episode, Moira's confusion and fear peaked. Mistaking an innocent villager, Ruby, for Emma, and triggered by a sense of foreboding, a terrified Moira grabbed her shotgun. The resulting explosion and near-fatal accident have served as a devastating wake-up call to her husband, Cain Dingle, and her son, Maddie Barton, that her condition is far more serious than they dared to admit. Cain, ever the protector, is now facing his greatest fear: losing his wife, not to an external threat, but to her own declining health and tormented mind. His stoic facade is crumbling as he watches the fierce, capable woman he loves slowly slip away, trapped in a cycle of fear and confusion. The guilt over their past arguments, fueled by his mistaken belief that she was rekindling an affair with Nate, now weighs heavily on him. He dismissed her erratic behavior as moodiness when in reality her brain was under siege. The fight for Butler's farm, livelihood in jeopardy. As if the medical nightmare wasn't enough, an external threat has arrived to weaponize Moira's weakness. Joe Tate, acting on behalf of the notorious Kim Tate. The relentless Tates are circling Butler's farm like vultures, seeing Moira's health crisis as the perfect opportunity to seize her land. Moira's farm is more than just a business. It's her legacy, her anchor, and the last remaining physical connection to her first husband, John, and her late daughter, Holly. Losing it would be akin to losing a part of her soul. The sheer exhaustion of battling a serious illness while simultaneously fighting off an aggressive land grab is taking an astronomical toll. Joe Tate, with his slick, manipulative tactics, has been spinning lies and exploiting legal loopholes to undermine Moira's ownership. The prospect of losing the farm leaves Moira and Cain facing homelessness and financial ruin. Moira's hands are tied. She is physically and mentally depleted, yet her fierce, protective farmer instincts demand she fight. The tension between her need to rest and her drive to save her home is tearing her apart. The ripple effect: Cain, Maddie, and the Dingle family. This sad news doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's sending shockwaves through the entire Dingle clan, a family all too familiar with tragedy. Cain Dingle. Known for his toughness, Cain is utterly helpless. He can't fight a tumor, and he can't outsmart the Tates while his wife is incapacitated. His despair is palpable as he struggles to care for Moira, run the farm, and protect his family, all while suppressing the terrifying thought that he might lose his soulmate. Maddie Barton. Having recently endured his own trauma after being wrongly imprisoned, Matty is now stepping up to become the rock for his mother and Kane. He is the one trying to run the farm, a heavy responsibility for a young man who should be focusing on his own life. The dynamic between mother and son is reversed, a deeply sad reflection of Moira's debilitating state. A family divided. Moira's attempt to reconcile with her estranged son, Adam Barton, through a planned visit, was a brief flicker of hope. Now, with the severity of her health issues and the farm crisis, her departure is fraught with the fear that she may never return to the Dales. This potential separation adds yet another layer of impending grief to the Dingle family's already heavy burden. What comes next for Emmerdale's Moira? The road ahead is dark and uncertain. Will Moira's relentless fighting spirit be enough to save both her farm and her mind? Or will this be the storyline that finally breaks the indomitable farmer? The question remains, can Moira recover enough to fight for her land, or will she be forced to make the ultimate sacrifice and choose her health over her home? The Tates are closing in, her memories are playing cruel tricks, and the support system around her is strained to its limit. This is a story about the fragility of life and the immense strength required to fight an enemy you can't see or touch. Emmerdale has set the stage for one of Moira Barton's most heartbreaking and challenging chapters yet, ensuring that viewers remain utterly glued to their screens, praying for a miracle for the heart and soul of Butler's farm.